This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Mary Calvi. One of 8 Rutgers University football players charged in a credit card fraud scheme will appear in court today. The players are accused of stealing card numbers and transferring funds to their Rutgers Express accounts for personal use. The accounts enable students to use their school IDs as debit cards. Prosecutors say 4 of the players left the team during the course of the ongoing investigation. And happening now, FEMA officials are visiting Little Falls, New Jersey, where they are getting a first-hand look at recent flood damage. Flooding from storms nearly 2 weeks ago forced many residents out of their homes. At a community meeting last night, officials provided supplies and information about groups that can assist residents with the cleanup effort. But what they are looking for is cash.
I'm heartbroken. Everything I had was in this house. I put every cent I had into this house. Right now I have nothing.
Nobody came knocking on the door to say, hey, you need help?
Residents we spoke to are hoping FEMA will come through with federal disaster assistance, but right now there is no guarantee that will happen. An update this morning to a shooting in Newark that we told you about earlier this week. That shooting has now turned fatal. Police say 26-year-old Michelle Newkirk has died after being hit by a stray bullet while inside a home on Norwood Street around 2 a.m. on Tuesday. She was rushed to University Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Police are looking for the gunman. A zombie mansion on Staten Island is angering residents who say the smell and the rodents are just too much to bear. But the city says its hands are tied and they can't do anything about it. CBS2's Ali Bauman has more from Tottenville.
In the middle of this million-dollar neighborhood, there's a swamp in Tottenville attracting all kinds of critters.
It's just a breeding ground for the mosquitoes.
They open the door and see this every morning.
On a really hot, humid day, this awful smell comes from the backyard.
This abandoned house on Jolene Avenue is lovely in front. It has a market value nearing $1 million. But the backyard is overgrown, the pool is coated in algae, broken furniture is rusting, and what looks like rodent bones are on the patio steps.
My kids, they'll come out here to play. 5 minutes in, they come inside. They're like, Mom, we can't stay outside. The mosquitoes are so bad.
Neighbors have been calling city agencies about the hazardous home for 2 years. In that time, it's failed several health inspections, and the owner has been issued a dozen violations by the buildings department.
I have yet to meet the owner. 4 years living here, she's never come by.
But unless the house undergoes a foreclosure, there isn't much more the city can legally do.
No one seems to care.
I tried knocking and calling.
Hi, this is Ali Bauman with CBS2 News.
But nobody answered. The mortgage holder Chase Bank told us we always work hard to maintain properties once we have been granted ownership.
I don't care what goes on inside the house. We just want the outside to be cleaned up so it could be safe for our kids.
We called Chase Bank. A representative told me the mortgage holder has been trying to foreclose on the property, but like the city, hasn't been able to make much headway with the owner. But now that the bank is aware of the burden this mess has become on neighbors, Chase says it will send someone here to inspect and start cleaning by the end of this week. From the Tottenville section of Staten Island, Ali Bauman, CBS2 News.
Residents of an apartment building in Elmhurst, Queens are steaming, saying they've had no gas for nearly 9 months. The ovens at the Region apartments have been cold since early January. Residents say they rely on takeout and electric countertop burners to feed their families. The problem started when a tenant smelled a gas leak. Around the time the owners were upgrading units for heating, National Grid determined the pipes were compromised and shut the gas off.
I wish we could just use the regular oven again. Right now it's just a really big paperweight that takes up a lot of space.
Buildings owners say they want to fix the problem, but the city's buildings department has denied their petitions for repair work, saying the cost is inappropriate. Buildings management says it'd refile with the city on Tuesday. It is shaping up to be a beautiful day. Let's get to your forecast.
All right, we're looking at a beautiful stretch of weather out there for today. Less humid than it's been, lots of sunshine. Highs will be in the mid and upper 70s to low 80s out there as high pressure takes control. Tomorrow, too, it's all about the high pressure system in play. Warmer tomorrow, 82 degrees, but still lovely with low humidity. Your weekend, fantastic stuff is going to happen. We'll be in the low and mid 80s for the entirety of your stretch. You see that green batch over the Ohio Valley? Well, that rain is not making its way here. Maybe a few more clouds on Sunday in the mountains, but generally speaking, just a spectacular forecast for us here at home. home over the weekend. Take a look. Your beach forecast Saturday, 70s and low 80s with sun on Sunday. It's a similar story, maybe a smidge warmer at the shoreline. Up in the mountains on Saturday, 77 to 80 and mostly sunny. On Sunday, a few more clouds. Today, it's plenty of sunshine, less humid, and 78 with northwest winds at 5 to 15. Overnight tonight, skies will be clear. We'll bottom out in the low and mid 60s for many, 50s in the suburbs, and then maybe even a couple of upper 40s out there tomorrow morning. Your Friday will start off with a very fall-like feel. By afternoon, highs will be in the low 80s, and we are looking at lots of sunshine to wrap up your work week. As we roll through the weekend, low to mid 80s with tons of sun in the forecast. Monday gets a little bit more steamy, 88 degrees. Tuesday, 89, but it is still a dry forecast. Wednesday brings in our next chance of showers and storms with a high of 87. Enjoy.
The effects of Hurricane Lane are starting to be felt in Hawaii as the state prepares for what could be the worst hurricane to hit the island since 1992. Hurricane Lane is now centered about 235 miles south of the Big Island, packing 145-mile-per-hour winds with gusts of up to 175 miles an hour. The U.S. Navy is moving all ships and submarines away from Hawaii to avoid damage from the Category 4 hurricane. If needed, they will be available to help with the emergency response following the storm. The team from Staten Island is down but not out after shocking loss at the Little League World Series. The mercy rule had to be called after Hawaii went up 10-0 last night in Williamsport. The team from Honolulu moves on to the U.S. Championship game on Saturday. Staten Island plays Georgia tonight. The winner of that game will face Hawaii. And happening today, some firefighters battle it out on a volleyball court on Long Island. It's part of a fundraiser to help get life-saving equipment to first responders. Joe DiBernardo is organizing the event after losing his firefighter son following the massive 2005 Bronx fire called Black Sunday. Lieutenant Joseph DiBernardo jumped out of a window after being trapped inside without a personal safety system. DiBernardo underwent many surgeries. He died years later, overdosing on painkillers.
We don't want to see another fireman have to make a decision to burn to death or jump out a window.
The FDNY says firefighters now are equipped with personal safety systems, and some have been using that equipment to escape fires since that Black Sunday. The volleyball tournament begins at 5 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Express Stony Brook volleyball courts. The New York City Economic Development Corporation is announcing plans to construct a large-scale water park on Coney Island. The city has picked Central Amusement International to develop 150,000 square feet of land in the heart of Coney Island's amusement district. The plan calls for a water park, a public plaza with open-air food options, along with an arcade. CBS says this will be the last season of The Big Bang Theory. The series about physicist roommates played by Jim Parsons and Johnny Galecki debuted in 2007. Over the years, it became the most popular comedy on television, earning 52 Emmy nominations and 10 Emmy wins. Season 12 of the show begins September 24th. And that's your CBS 2 News Update. I'm Mary Calvi. Have a good day.